Yeah.
You want to like them, but you can't.
Are you listening?
What?
Are you listening?
Did you bring me on this show to insult me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't want it with us, man. You straight gangsters over here.
Great
man.
gangsters.
Ah.
Yeah, good morning and welcome back. You're listening to Scout Team Radio. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. on 12 Ounce Sports Radio. I am one of your gracious hosts. They call me Loudbeard.
You are the most egotistical, self-deluded person I have ever met.
And the man on the other microphone, he is a great American.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, Chris America, coming to you live once again this Thursday. Is it Thursday? It's Thursday, right? It's a Thursday. I always get my days mixed up when I have a Monday off. It throws me off. I feel off by one day, which is good, because today I thought I was going to say Wednesday, Loudbeard.
You usually say the wrong day, so that's something I'm used to.
Yeah, I know. The fans are used to it. I say wrong names. I say wrong days. My brain just doesn't function well. Hold on one second. Let me go get my 5-hour energy. Hopefully that'll help. BRB.
You should get a 6-hour energy. That's what you need, BRB. So 5-hour energy, 6-hour energy. Either way, it's still a Thursday. We are in May. It is May the 2nd. A beautiful, beautiful day. I cannot believe the year is already almost halfway past us. It seems like just yesterday. And that we were going into 2019, and now all of a
I'm back.
sudden
What
we're
did I
in
miss
May.
in the movie? Did that one character die yet?
Yes, head was chopped off.
Whoa,
And
spoiler
so you don't know
alert.
if I'm talking about
You could be talking about Game of
or
Thrones.
Avengers. You
could
don't
be
know
talking about
which one I'm
Avengers.
talking about.
You could be talking about the French Revolution.
I don't know. Is it too late to talk, or I mean, too soon to talk about Game of Thrones season 1? Because that's what I was talking about. I was
No,
not
I know
talking
exactly. You're
about
talking about
any
Ned
other
Stark.
movie.
You were talking about Ned Stark. No. If you have not watched season 1, and I knew this way back before I started season 1, like whatever spoilers I got were on me at that point.
Yeah, that's true. That's how
Just
that works.
That's why I don't feel bad about saying Bruce Willis is dead the whole time. Because if you haven't seen Sixth Sense, that's on you.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe if you're like 6 and you're listening to Scout Team Radio, which, by the way, welcome to Scout Team Radio. Thank you for joining us, little 6-year-old kid. Hopefully we inspire you to do well in your school. The kids in Florida here, they're doing, I think it's called FSA now, Loudbeard. They've changed the name of this test like 15 different times since I've been in school.
Yeah, it's basically just additional standardized testing to give to
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
My
So
daughter's got
glad
it this
those
week.
days
I'm
are over for
assuming
us,
your
man.
son probably does too. So
Yep,
I think
he's got it.
we're both in that. Hey, let's make sure they get well fed and plenty of
Well-fed,
sleep so
plenty of
that they're
sleep
ready
and-
for testing.
Give them some, like, I don't know, maybe like Coke. Does Coke help you concentrate, or is it crack? I can't remember which one.
Yeah, both.
Okay.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not the drug expert.
No, I'm not
so,
either.
I'm probably the worst person to be asking.
So, yeah, glad we don't have to do that
I'm more
anymore
of
in our lives.
some sort of alcoholic beverage kind of guy. Like I can
Yeah.
name you quite a few beers, different styles, and give you a pretty good analysis on that. But when it comes to hardcore drugs, no, not my thing. Sorry. But
Yeah, same here.
we call those squad goals.
Squad goals.
All right, Chris America, I'm going to give you another spoiler, and I don't know if this is fair for all of our listeners out there, but I'm going to do it anyway. We've got the Kentucky Derby coming up this weekend.
Yes.
And I do need to tell you, in the end, the horse wins.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So if you've got your money ready, I put my money on the horse.
You're going
No?
to put your money on the horse.
The horse. Or a horse.
You know what
The
I
horse
always
is
say,
gonna win.
Loudbeard?
So that's the spoiler. So I'm
You
sorry,
know what I always say,
listeners,
Loudbeard? I
spoiled
say,
it.
save a horse, ride a cowboy. That's what I always say.
You do say that. You're quite the lyricist. We learned that in the month of April because it was Poetry Month, but we're not going to let you get back into those poems. So Kentucky Derby coming up. Now, are you one of those guys that gets the floppy hat and wears your pastel dress
Yes.
and goes out and looks all fancy
And
in
I
front
get
of your friends?
the mint juleps. I get those.
Oh, yeah. Classic mint julep. Is this the only event where it's a good idea to order a mint julep? Because I can't think of any other time when I would be ordering a mint julep.
No, because I don't even think about mint juleps until it's Kentucky Derby time. It's almost like ordering eggnog when it's not Christmas.
Ooh, well, that's a good comparison there. I didn't even think about that. Yep, and I do love me a good eggnog during Christmas time. I have never jumped on the mint julep train. You never know. The week is still young. I might, by the end of the weekend, have had myself a mint julep. Who knows?
Well, Loudbeard, speaking
Yes.
of mint juleps, we are getting closer and closer to Terminator.
Judgment
it's
Day?
happening. Yep. We're getting closer and closer to it. They're taking over, man. The University of Maryland Medical Center became the first hospital to receive a kidney donation by a drone. Once they start donating kidneys to us, it's over, man.
The drone itself donated its own kidney? I didn't even know they needed
I
kidneys
just read
to operate
all
a
I-
drone.
I just read the headline. So it said, received a kidney donation by drone. So I don't know
Now,
if
do
that
you
means it dropped it off or if it like actually gave a robot kidney.
No, the actual robot gave its kidney.
Yes,
I don't
I'm
know
pretty
if you
sure that's how it is.
do this, but I do this all the time. I'm a sucker for the headlines. If the headline draws me in, I may read like the first sentence of a story and then
Yeah,
be
you,
like,
it's one of those like, let me see where this goes.
I kind of get it. I get it. And then I
Yeah.
move on. So, yeah, the headlines, even though they're often deceiving, I still fall for them every time. I'm a sucker for clickbait. I really am.
Yes,
And,
you are.
And then I move on. So I feel bad for that that drone. I mean, he had to probably go through an awful surgery to get his kidney removed, but I'm sure he's helping out a young patient, and that's important, making sure that we save humanity for the upcoming Judgment Day.
We need to do it, Loudbeard.
Yeah, and Chris America, I hate to talk too much about horses today, but I do need to talk a little bit more about a horse.
You want to talk more about horses?
Yes, I feel like this is a good day to talk about horses because there's been a little controversy early on in the Kentucky Derby. The
Okay.
odds-on favorite, Omaha Beach, had to withdraw from having some sort of weird illness of horses that I had no idea what it was, so I didn't even want to talk about it on air. But the favorite has had to withdraw from this race. So now all of a sudden we're left with just a hodgepodge of who's next because Omaha Beach had won 3 races back to back to back leading up to this event. He was going to be a slam dunk win, and now the new favorites are Game Winner, Roadster, Improbable, and Maximum Security. This is crazy. This could be anybody's ball game right here. So I'm just letting you know.
Can I say they've stepped up the name game? Like I'm Maximum Security, Roadster. Like these are some awesome names. Omaha Beach.
Yes, I do. I like I like
this.
Improbable.
I feel like these are all horses. Like if I were to do an action movie about horse racing with Arnold Schwarzenegger and I don't know who else would be in there, like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Maybe you throw in some Bruce Willis, like all those guys, and they get to like be jockeys on a horse. And like I could see Maximum Security being like Arnold Schwarzenegger's horse.
Yeah.
Maybe Jason Statham can ride Omaha Beach.
Omaha Beach. I think it's more like a Keanu Reeves because I kind of get the point break. Hey, bruh, on Omaha Beach. There's the whole beach feel to it. So I put Keanu.
Come on,
that
dude.
one.
Come on.
Yeah,
Omaha
Beach. Is
Do you know what
Keanu.
Omaha Beach is?
It's Omaha Beach.
No, Omaha Beach is where D-Day was, man.
Yeah, that's Keanu.
So
the beach
that's anything but a beach party.
Oh, okay. Well, that's depressing. That's not a good name for a horse, then, is it?
I mean, it is if you're honoring those who fought and died for their country.
But is it
to
honoring?
stop evil of the Nazis?
Is it honoring naming a horse after a horrific event?
I don't know. It can
Like,
and it can't. I guess
so
it depends
if,
on
if
how
the
you
next
take it.
horse that came up was called 911, would you be like, wow, great name for a horse? That thing was killer.
No, because it's just a little bit different, I think.
Because of time?
Like if you named a horse Battle of the Bulge, you're naming it off of like
Inappropriate. This is clean radio. We're not flipping the flag this morning, Chris America. You need to put that back. Put that away. Tuck that thing in. Don't do that.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that until. Anyways,
The flag
I think
flipped.
I think it's different from naming an actual battle and war where there was a triumphant victory than like a tragic, horrific terrorist attack. Like there is a slight difference.
If
And
you
we're
say
getting
so.
deep. We're getting deep.
Yeah,
So-
this is what the fans want to know. They want to know about Kentucky Derby and who they can
And-
bet on. Do not
and how
bet
we
on
can-
Omaha Beach. Do not do it. Omaha Beach is withdrawn from the contest. We're just discussing the names. But maximum security, I'm liking a lot. Game winner, like, okay, I can dig that. Roadster, improbable. These guys, they're sitting there at the top of the list now. So if you're wanting to do some gambling, I'm pretty sure you could go onto mybookie.ag, put some money down on this bad boy. I think this is how that works. I mean,
Well,
I guess they have
is it-
horse racing. Do
Yeah.
they? Should I double check
maybe,
that
probably.
before I
I mean, it's a
announce it
sports
to the
book.
world?
I would hope they would.
I mean, I would think so too.
I mean, if they don't, you can at Loudbeard and call him an idiot on Twitter for the world to see.
Oh, don't at Loudbeard, please. Don't at Loudbeard. Wow.
So Loudbeard, while you were tapping into your inner millennial and getting all sensitive about the name Omaha Beach being linked to a World War II battle,
don't call me a
um,
snowflake.
I got something for you.
Yes.
It's an adulting calendar. Reward grown-ups with stickers. If you've adulted today,
It does. Wait. An adult calendar with stickers?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't have
Yeah.
like boobs on it or anything, right? Like, it's
I don't know. No, it's
like-
adulting. Like, okay, so like, have you adulted today? You know, it's like the verb action, not
Oh,
noun.
it's not like the adult
No,
industry,
no,
the
no, no.
adult
It's
film
like-
industry
It's
calendar.
like, did you
with-
pay your
with
bills, show up to
stickers?
work on time, schedule a doctor's appointment? There's a calendar, 16 months. You can get it for $16, and you get 100 splashy stickers that say stuff like, "I emptied the litter box. I cooked for myself, and my parents don't pay my rent."
That's actually pretty ingenious right there. Also,
you
my
buy
adult
that?
film calendar with stickers is ingenious also. I think that would be a top seller.
Nobody wants to see that, Ladbeard, and we're not flipping the flag.
I didn't flip a flag.
You were
I
trying.
did yesterday. I tried to today. You tried to. Battle of the Bulge. Keep it in your pants. So, yeah, good idea. I cleaned the litter today. Sticker for me. Does it say like "good job for being an adult"?
Yeah, well, this person needed this calendar because they kind of went off the deep end when they got kicked out of their house. You ever been so mad at your mom that you retaliate by flushing your grandparents' ashes down the toilet?
No, that's never scenario has never once come up ever. And if it ever did, I think, yeah. Okay, I'm not going down that. Okay, go ahead with your story.
Well, luckily it's not Florida man. It's a Pennsylvania man. This is a Pennsylvania man and was kicked out of the house by his mom, and he's accused of retaliating by, I guess, going back in, grabbing grandma and grandpa off the fireplace and just flushing them down the toilet. See you later.
Can I get his age? I need to know the age.
I don't
Like,
have the age. I'm sorry.
Oh, because I think the age is different. I mean,
I mean, this
bad
could be
no
like a
matter what.
55-year-old man.
You're right. Well,
It really
if you're-
could be.
If you're 30 or 35 and you're still living at home and your parents kick you out because it's failure to launch, like, I get that. Like, but if it's, let's say it's a 15-year-old kid that's just immature and mouthing off and the parents get pissed and kick them out, yeah, I mean, that's a little bit worse. But then, of course, the retaliation part is unacceptable on all levels.
I feel like
but-
a 15-year-old doing that's like, all right, that happens. But like 35-year-old man, like, dude, grow up.
yeah,
Like,
no,
no wonder
yeah,
why your mom's kicking you out.
Yeah. See, the age to me in this story would be a key factor. We're gonna have
Oh.
to do some investigation.
He
Uh-oh.
is. You ready for it?
Yep.
He is 33.
Oh God. Yep. Yeah.
he's-
This guy's a
it-
loser. He's
It's a
straight up loser.
33-year-old Pittsburgh man.
Oh yeah. The pit of Pennsylvania. Yeah. That story is not surprising now. The whole thing is coming together. That guy is
Oh,
a
wait. I'm sorry, he didn't go back. He did it on the way out. He was like, you know what? Screw you, Mom. I'm flushing
He's like-
Grandma and Grandpa down the toilet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that took a turn for the weird this morning, and I wasn't expecting it at all. I'm gonna put us back on the rails this morning, and we're gonna talk a little sports. The
Talking
Trailblazers.
sports.
Trailblazers. They even up
Yeah.
the series. We did talk about horse sports. I'm going into real sports now. No more horse sports.
No
Trailblazers.
more horsing around.
Oh, I don't have it queued up. God, I always have to get this ready. Here, you get that. You get that. You get all of this. Here,
Boy, that
you
escalated
get the
quick.
trifecta.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
So Blazers even up the series. CJ McCollum steps up and drops 20 as Damian Lillard struggles a little bit in this one. But series is now 1-1. Denver and the Trailblazers. This is going to be a good one. This is one of those ones. We talked about all these series going the distance. This is going to be one that goes back and forth. And at the end, it's going to be a Game 6 or a Game 7 that'll define this series. And whoever steps up in that game, will it be a guy like Jokic stepping up, or will it be Lillard stepping up? Whoever the big-time superstar that steps up in that Game 7, I think, is going to create the win for their team. And I'm still all in on Blazers on this series. All in on the Portland Trailblazers. Chris America, are you surprised that the Blazers tied it up, the series?
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, I was kind of surprised they got kind of taken care of Game 1. I thought they'd come in hot. But it's good to see them bounce back. You want to go into your home court side with a win in Denver. That's what you want to do. When you're the away team, you want to split the series 1-1 going into games 3 and 4. So now they've won home court advantage now, right? The Denver now has to win.
Stole it back.
Yeah. Now Denver has to win in Portland in order to win the series, and Portland doesn't have to win in Denver again. So that's a big time advantage for them. And the other thing that's good to see, you mentioned Damian Lillard. Kind of a quiet night, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Good to see that they can win a game with Damian Lillard not being the super productive superstar that he is.
Right, like he didn't score 40 or 50. Like he had just a
I mean, he didn't even score
pedestrian
25
game.
or a 30-point game. You know, like even
Right.
that is what his normal probably scoring night is anywhere between 24 to 30 points.
Yeah, it's good because they can't just rely on that one superstar. You need to be a well-rounded team, and the Trailblazers have talent. I mean, McCollum is the other guy in this mix that we know as being an all-star caliber guy. But, other players have really stepped up. I think Enes Kanter is an underrated superstar here in the league. We know about his terrorist activities, but other than that, he likes to terrorize opponents on the basketball court. Yep, I did it.
Nice.
And that in itself, I think, is something that's helped out this team tremendously because they did lose Yusuf earlier in the season, and so Cantor's been the guy that's come in and been the big man to help stabilize this team. So they're still just as good now as they were throughout the entire season as they made their nice run this season.
Yeah, and Seth Curry. I didn't know Seth Curry was on this team. Not to be confused with Steph Curry. 3 points.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
job,
he's
buddy.
moved around a lot. He's not like Steph because he imagine living in that shadow, huh?
Yeah. Seth
Still
Curry.
in the NBA, so still
Like, imagine
pretty
being
good.
at a restaurant and they're like, Seth Curry, party of 2, and then everybody starts rushing like, what? Steph Curry's here? And then they see Seth Curry, and they're like, oh, and then they walk away.
It's like Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy! Yeah.
Imagine being in that shadow. Mm-hmm.
Jake Layman, solid night last night. 6 minutes, 0 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds. Sounds like my stat line if I put in 6 minutes in the NBA.
Yeah, it's quality minutes right there. So one game last night in the NBA. That's the only one we saw. Now, the big series still that I'm going to continue to talk about is this Golden State-Houston series. And we didn't mention it yesterday, but the officiating was a non-story, and we don't need to talk about it. After Game 2, it's like, okay, we're done talking about it. We're moving on. Now, the big story coming out is James Harden, his vision. He's got a little bit of blurriness, and they're a little concerned about him, but he says he'll be all right for Game 3. But if he's coming out with some blurred vision, this could be trouble for Houston.
Yeah, kind of need to see the basket to shoot the basket, but maybe he should tap into his like inner Karate Kid and wear the blindfold and try to feel the basket and feel the court and feel the vibrations around him to help give him the vision he needs to shoot a good basketball.
All of that is great advice, I do have to say. I don't know that that's going to work. Maybe it won't work. Maybe it will. It's hard to say. But, yeah, I'm excited about where this is going. But Houston was unable to do, like you said, you want to split that series. You want to take back that home court advantage. They were unable to do that, but they now are going to be in Houston. So this will give them a little bit more comfort being at home. And I do think that they're gonna get some games here in Houston. So I'm not counting Houston out yet. I know it being down 2-0 is never a good thing, but it doesn't mean the series is over. And even if they went down 3-1, I think there's still confidence in that locker room for Houston because of what Golden State has lost in the past. They were the most infamous 3-1 team to ever lose in the finals. So Houston's going to have momentum and confidence no matter what the series record is showing, because I think they have enough firepower to come back and storm back into the series.
The good news is that there's like 10 days between the last game and Saturday's game. Like, it feels like they played forever ago, and they're not going to play again until Saturday at 8:30.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of time in between.
Like, the Nuggets are turning around. They played last night in Denver. They're going to turn around and play tomorrow in Portland. Makes no sense.
No, none whatsoever. All right, Chris and Mary, I'm going to pivot over to some baseball talk before we go into our commercial break here in the next 10 minutes. After the break, I have a nice new segment. I'm going to call it the Love 'em or Leave 'em. It is an NBA inspired segment. So we'll talk a little bit more NBA after the break. But I do need to pivot over to some baseball because Bryce Harper is in the news, and it is not for good reasons. He is on a tremendous slump right now, and he's getting those boos. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, and I do know that things are not looking up for Bryce Harper, and a lot of fans are wondering what is up with this guy and what is wrong with him. He came out and said, he's like, I'm feeling good, I'm swinging good, I'm just missing pitches. It's going to come around. So he's given a little bit more confidence in his game. We also had an injury update yesterday. This was kind of nasty. Corey Kluber pitching has a ball come right back to him, hits him in the arm, and fractures his forearm from a comeback pitch. Tell me that's not a bad way to get injured, huh?
Yeah, sometimes baseball becomes the most dangerous sport in certain situations, and it makes me feel like, I know head injuries are worse, but at the time it would feel like, man, just getting cleaned out by, a linebacker would sound a lot better than some of those baseball hits and in the head and in the arm and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I remember the Giancarlo Stanton to the pitch to the face. That's still, I remember that. That was gross. Imagine getting a 90-plus fastball right to your eyeball. Yeah, not good. Baseball is a dangerous sport. I've seen some bad injuries, and I guess it happens with any sport. We talk about basketball and Gordon Hayward and Paul George pretty regularly on this show, and those being horrendous. In football, we saw that Mackenzie Milton injury. So baseball, what the problem is the ball itself can be such a weapon. And if you take a weird hop in the infield and the ball bounces up and hits you in the face, or if you're a pitcher and you get a ball right back at you, or if you're a hitter and you get a ball thrown at your face, these are all serious situations that could result in very, very bad injuries. Now,
yeah, I remember the worst injury was that time Randy Johnson threw a really fast pitch and killed a bird. Worst injury in baseball history.
I have to disagree with you, Chris America. That was the best injury in baseball.
That's heartless to the bird.
Yeah, I've been called worse. I've been called worse. All right, so I do want to talk a little bit now. Baseball we need to make it a little fun. I know We've got our Twitter co-host chiming in about some of our topics. He's a big baseball fan. Scott Kaiser from Craft Root Sports always chimes in each and every morning. We appreciate it. But he's a big baseball fan, and I feel like he's a little bit more of a traditionalist when I hear him talk on his show about baseball and how he feels about it and how he loves it. Now, there's a new guy that's trying to, when I say new guy, there's a guy in baseball, Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox, who is trying to change the game. He says that he's today's Jackie Robinson and what he's trying to do to change the game. Now, I think that's a little bit bold and probably a little bit of a headline grabber, but what he's doing is he's trying to do really great home run celebrations to make baseball fun again. He had that tremendous bat flip. It was epic, and it led to him being hit by a pitch and benches being cleared earlier in April. But he's doing it. He's having fun. When he has a home run, he's got a little bit of a celebration. And this is what he said. He says, "I'm bringing something to baseball that's never been brought as far as the swag. I love fashion and just being different and bringing black culture to baseball and doing it in a different way because today's game is boring." After the bat flip, a lot of people who don't watch baseball, they actually gave me feedback like, man, if this is going on in baseball, I better watch it. So what are your thoughts on this guy trying to bring some swag to Major League Baseball?
I say finally. Baseball needs something. Listen, I know guys like Scott Kaiser and a bunch of people around the country love baseball. They love baseball for what it is. They love it that it's America's favorite pastime. They are absolutely in love with it. But to sound like a broken record, baseball does not have the casual American sports fan. Not to the extent that the other leagues do. And they need something. They need to inject some energy and some life into the sport to make this happen. Now, I heard a really good point the other day, and I don't remember who made it, so I'll just say it was me. How come a pitcher can strike somebody out and they can pump their fist, they can shout, they can run, they can do whatever the hell they want? Nobody's ever given crap to a pitcher who celebrates striking a batter out. So why do we punish the batter for getting the best of the pitcher? Like, to me, the pitching-batting duel is one of the greatest things in sports. It's one of the, outside of boxing and MMA, it's probably the only time where it truly is mano-a-mano, man versus man. Like, there's nobody else around you. Now, obviously, the pitcher has defensive help, but he's still trying to place the pitch into a certain area to where the batter will hit the ball into the certain areas of the field where his teammates are at. But for the most, like 95% of a batter versus pitcher is just a mano-a-mano, me versus you. And if I get the best of you, I get to celebrate. And if you get the best of me, you get to celebrate. It makes the sport fun.
It really does. And Chris America, I mentioned Scott Kaiser being our Twitter co-host. He has had some hot tweets coming in here. Two different topics that both I think are worthy of mentioning. One, he says, to be fair, Charlie, speaking of Charlie Murphy, R.I.P., he did
Rest in peace.
He did on one sketch comedy show through a brief few appearances what Eddie hasn't done in years, make us laugh hysterically. History will remember Chuck for Chappelle's show more than Eddie for most of his career. Don't at me, Scout Team Radio. Wow, shots fired.
It's true.
Eddie
sold out, man.
Are we at the point where? Well, he's done some really bad Daddy Daycare. That was the end for me. But are we at the point where we've forgotten how hilarious Beverly Hills Cop was because it was so long ago? Mm-hmm. Is that what the problem is? It's the recency theory where the sooner the better. So he's right. Charlie Murphy on the Dave Chappelle show. I didn't even know Charlie Murphy was a comedian until I saw him on the Dave Chappelle show. That made him better. But he lived in a very big shadow in the late 80s, early 90s. And until that Chappelle show appearance, nobody really had much of an idea of who Charlie Murphy was. So
none at all. None whatsoever. Charlie Murphy. I didn't even know Eddie Murphy had a brother named Charlie Murphy.
Exactly. And then Scott Kaiser also commented, and listeners, if you're out there listening right now, feel free to hit us up on our Twitter handle at Scout Team Radio. We'd love to get your feedback, talk about your topics, different subjects, and maybe have you chime in on our conversation. We love that. But Scott also mentioned, I'm all the way here for Tim Anderson and his shenanigans. It's making old white people uncomfortable, and that's the only way you get you get change. Make MLB prove they're fake. Let the kids play crap at Scout Team Radio.
Yeah, I agree, man. Let the kids play. Let them play. Why are we not letting people have fun? Again, people got to learn the difference between taunting and showboating. Like, to me, like, yes, if you're going around the bases and you're talking crap to everybody or you're shouting at the pitcher, that's one thing. But if you're just doing a dance, you're doing a high step, you're doing a bat flip, you're doing whatever you want, man, have at it, man. Let the kids play. If it's a kid sport, let the kids play.
I'm all for it, man. That we need to add more fun to sports. It's the whole touchdown celebration theory. When the NFL got rid of the touchdown celebration, I'm like, why? What are we trying to do? We're trying to make it the no fun league, right?
Yeah.
And Major League Baseball's been the no fun league forever.
Yeah, since they allowed it in, touchdowns have been awesome again. Make touchdowns awesome again. We did. Like,
they make it a whole day of practice coordinating and choreographing some of their touchdown celebrations.
Uh-huh.
That's a whole day of practice each and every week in the NFL now. And some of them are fantastic. I mean, these guys are like serious actors out there, and they're just waiting for their opportunity to do that celebration. I love it, and that's what we need in Major League Baseball. We need that excitement, that whatever you call it, but we need that in Major League Baseball. So I think it's fantastic.
But it's not the old white man people either. This is just a stupid thing that oversensitive baseball
Thank you for
players
defending my
have.
honor, Chris America.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
I know you're an older American, and it's Older American Month. But this is just something stupid in baseball where pitchers get all upset, like, oh, he flipped his bat. I'm going to throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at his head for it. Like, get over yourself, man. Grow the hell up. Like, somebody got the best of you. Deal with it.
Deal with it. And you're going to have to deal with a quick commercial break, Chris America, just like our listeners out there. We'll be back. Hang tight. And we've got one of our new segments, Love 'Em or Leave 'Em, coming right after the break. Stay tuned. Hey, Kawhi, what are you laughing at, man? This isn't funny. Fantasy sports reimagined. FanDuel, that's what I'm talking about. It is more than just fantasy sports. It's the best way to watch the games, win real cash, and bring the action right to your living room. Just choose a contest, make your picks, watch, and win. And if you go to FanDuel.com/STR today, you can get a $5 deposit bonus. Once again, that's FanDuel.com/STR. Come on, man. This is not a laughing matter.
When I'm working hard, I build up a thirst for sports. That's when I grab a cold 12-ounce sports radio. "12-ounce sports radio. Quench your sports thirst."
If you've been listening to Scout Team Radio for a long time, you know that myself, Loudbeard, has placed a bet or two in his day. That's right, I've lost the beard bet, I lost the romper bet, but one place I don't like losing is when I bet money, and I can easily do that at MyBookie. That's right, you can go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 12OZSports, and get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Hey, guess what? That is a lot of money. Do it.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Patriot, Chris America, and I want you to listen every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and on replays from 11 a.m. to noon of Scout Team Sports. Listen, George Washington did not cross over the ocean blue in 1492 to defeat the Nazis, so you can listen to the same tired national clickbait sports stories. So once again, tune in to us every single morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and then we replay from 11 to noon. I will see you there, and God bless America.
All right, thank you all for listening in and sticking with us through that commercial break. You know, sometimes we got to keep the lights on. That's how we roll. Once again, we're Scout Team Radio. Thank you for listening in. We come live and hot every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. on 12 Ounce Sports Radio. And we are also now being simulcasted on our good friends over at Full Press Coverage Radio. So they are hitting us up, and they are playing our radio show each and every morning on Full Press Coverage Radio. We appreciate that, just like we appreciate our mother station here, 12 Ounce Sports Radio. We also do a podcast. We record each and every episode. We throw it on our podcast. Search it at all the regular podcast places, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you find a podcast. You can find us. Just search Scout Team Radio. We also have a partner podcast network, barnburner.ca. Chris America loves saying God bless America, but I'm going to say it. God bless America and God bless Canada. That's right. Our friends at Barnburner Network are up in Canada. You can check them out at barnburner.ca. We appreciate them putting us up on their podcast network. Lastly, hit us up on Twitter at Scout Team Radio. We like to get interactive. By the way, I was on Twitter on the commercial break, just hitting some of the trending topics, and Enes Kanter was trending. And I saw a tweet here. It says, crowd was chanting, Kanter sucks. So this is in Denver. Kanter sucks. And then one guy stands up and yelled, go back to Turkey. Oh, wait, you can't. Is that savage?
A little bit, yeah.
I think that's inappropriate. Fans,
but
we need some
but he's a known terrorist, so I'll allow it.
He is a known terrorist. Okay, so it's fair game as long as you're a known terrorist.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
the other thing here on Twitter, I guess I don't watch wrestling enough. Do you watch wrestling enough?
No, I don't. I did watch 2 matches at WrestleMania. That's it.
Oh, good. No, there was a headline here, and you know me, I just read headlines. I don't know any of the backstory. It says, WWE is going back to Saudi Arabia with Goldberg and Undertaker. I didn't know Goldberg still wrestled. Am I crazy?
Well, I guess it's
loop?
like, I feel like isn't like those countries like Saudi Arabia, like most of it's still stuck like 40 years ago, like all the cars and technology and stuff. So that's what they're doing. They're just sending wrestlers from 20, 30 years ago to wrestle each other because that's where they're still at. They're still watching SummerSlam. They're still watching the NWO take on Sting. So they got to send them storylines that they'll understand.
Yeah, I was in the mall the other day. I was walking by, and there was like one of those T-shirt stores that just has a bunch of random T-shirts. And on the front rack, like at the front of the store, they had an NWO shirt. Oh,
nice.
Talk about, that was an impulse buy. I almost did it. I was so close. I almost did it. The glory days.
Labbeard, I have some sad news.
Don't do it.
Right.
I'm already crying. You just said the word sad really sadly.
Yeah. ESPN, the magazine. It's going to die.
Okay.
There's going to be no more ESPN, the magazine.
I thought it died 5 years ago.
No, it's still alive.
Oh, it is?
And I guess it's just not making enough money now. Maybe they should have made the magazine smaller because their magazines are ginormous. And they probably did that because the only people ordering them are those old white people Scott Kaiser talked about. And they need the big print to read. But rest in peace. So no more controversies with the athletes' body issues. No more ginormous magazines. ESPN magazine. Rest in peace.
Yeah. No, that wasn't as sad as I thought it would be. That's
no,
kind of expected.
Because you, like every other American, has never ever read an ESPN magazine article or picked one up.
No, and everything's online now. Like, why do they even have magazines anymore? Like, I think magazines themselves are starting to become obsolete. But who am I to say let's change the world? Okay, Chris America, I got to do this, man. It's time for Love 'em or Leave 'em. I know you love ESPN the magazine, so you don't want to do this, but I saw an article and it kind of inspired me. I'm very, very prone to being inspired by these articles, but it said the Mavs are intending on pursuing both Chris Middleton and Kemba Walker in free agency, and I was thinking, man, this has got to be one of the best free agency classes I've ever seen. And I went down and I got a list of 10, and all 10 of these guys have been all-stars in their career, most of which have been all-stars this season, and 6 out of the 10 guys, their names start with the letter K. This is ironic, but I'm telling you right now, my real name is not Loudbeard. I don't know if you knew this, but my world name, my real world name, starts with a K. So I feel like I'm really vibing with these dudes right now. You feeling
All
the
right.
vibe? Okay.
I'm feeling the vibe.
All right, so I'm gonna list the guy, and I want you to tell me love him or leave him, and give me one quick reason why you chose your answer. So we're gonna start out with the biggest name in all of free agency coming up here for the NBA, because these guys are still playing right now. A lot of them are in the playoffs, but right around the corner, we're gonna need answers of where these guys are going, and I want to hear it from you first, Chris America. Kevin Durant, love him or leave him? Is he loving Golden State and staying, or is he gonna leave them?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, all right.
So his
This
city
one's-
that he's at,
this one's
he
tough.
loves it or he leaves it.
This one's tough. It's one thing about these NBA superstars. You can kind of know where the non-superstars are going to go. But these guys that are like top 5 players, it's hard to get in their heads. It's hard to tell what they're going to do. Now, LeBron James, as secretive as he's tried to be, his moves have always been kind of like the media tells you this is what he's going to do, and then he does it. Like, it was pretty much well known that he was probably going to go down to Miami, and he did it. Then it became pretty well known that he was probably going to go back to Cleveland, and he did it. And then I felt like for 2 years they just kept saying LeBron's going to go to L.A., LeBron's going to go to L.A., and then he does it. Now, Kevin Durant, on the other hand, he's been a little bit more tricky to figure out because he did re-sign with the Oklahoma City Thunder once, and you just felt like that this was going to be his thing, that he was going to stay. And even though you heard rumors of Draymond Green texting him and telling him to come play, you still kind of thought maybe he'll stick it out with Russell Westbrook and try to take him on his own. And he said, nope, I'm out of here. I got to go get my rings. And so now he has his rings, and I'm not really sure which way he's going to go. But if I were to have to pick one, I would say leave it. I think he's been there long enough. He's been the best player on that team, and people still look at Steph Curry as it's Steph Curry's team. Golden State is still Steph Curry's team, and unless Steph Curry leaves, Kevin Durant will always be the Robin to his Batman. No matter how good he plays, no matter how many Finals MVPs he has, Golden State will always be looked at as Steph Curry's team.
Okay. Now, Kawhi Leonard, he is in Toronto.
Yes.
Does Kawhi with the Toronto Raptors, does he love him or does he leave him?
At the frustration of Mark, our friendly texter, our co-host texter, I'm going to say he loves him. I think he's got to be feeling this team out and saying, man, I can do a lot of work with this Siakam guy, and they've got a really solid core around me, a deep bench. And, yeah, I was born in L.A. I grew up there. That's my home. But I got to go where the good team is. I got to go where I've been vibing and gelling. And I think the deeper they make a run in the playoffs, the more likely he is to stay. Now, if he ends up losing this series, if somehow the Sixers get the best of Toronto, then I might switch it to leave him. But I'm predicting that they're going to make an Eastern Conference. I'm really confident they're going to make an Eastern Conference Finals run, and I'm like fairly certain they're going to make an NBA Finals run. And I think he's going to stay.
I like it. I like it a lot. And the other thing that's nice about free agency is it happens during the summertime. So Toronto is very beautiful in
Yes,
the
it is.
summertime.
Yes.
It's not the Arctic winter
Right, he had
when
to
it
make
would
that
be hard to
decision.
stay.
Yeah, if he had to make that decision in February like NFL players have to do, he probably would bounce.
That's why Buffalo always sucks.
Yeah.
Number 3, Kyrie Irving, living the good life in Boston. Does he, with the Boston Celtics, does he love them or leave them?
See, he's an even bigger enigma than Kevin Durant is. Because when he came out and wanted to be traded from Cleveland, I don't think anybody saw that coming. And, I mean, afterwards you said, okay, I understand why. But, yeah, I think it kind of goes the same with Toronto and Kawhi. I think it depends on how deep of a run they do. And I also do think it matters as to what Kevin Durant does. I think if Kevin Durant goes to New York and says, Kyrie, come with me, I think Kyrie goes. So, with that said, I think there's just too much room for doubt. And if there's so much room for doubt, then the relationship isn't that good. So I'm going to say leave him.
All right, next guy, next big name on the free agency list is Kemba Walker, and he is with the Charlotte Hornets. Does he love him or leave him?
I think he's got to leave him. I think Charlotte's tried for years to build a team around him. It's not happening, and I think he needs to. I think he needs to shake things up a bit. I think he knows he needs to shake things up a bit, and he needs to go find a new team. Maybe become part of a big three somewhere. Maybe go to New York. You never know. It could be Walker, Durant. I guess Kyrie and Walker play the same position. Never mind. But
I think
could
it's going to be
somewhere.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yes, that's it. Or maybe he can go to Dallas and hook up with Porzingis. Have a Porzingis and
What if he changed
Kemba
the name
Walker.
on his jersey to Texas Ranger, and
Oh,
and
that'd
he
be
was
awesome.
in Dallas? Oh,
Yeah,
priceless.
priceless. Or you can come to Orlando, see what's up. Him and Fultz can trade off and forth, see which one wins that battle. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I like it. I'd rather have Kemba than Fultz, but we'll wait and see on that. Next guy, Klay Thompson. He's with the Golden State Warriors. Does he love him or leave him?
I think a lot of these moves depend on what Kevin Durant does. I really think it does, but I think I think he stays. I know that there's this whole rumor about him going to LA Lakers, and I can see that happening. But for whatever reason, Klay Thompson doesn't strike me as the guy that cares that he's in Steph Curry's shadow or has a need to want to go and be his own superstar and have his own team. I think he enjoys winning championships and being on a winning team too much. So I think he stays.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler. He's with the Philadelphia 76ers. Does he love him or leave him? These are all tough, aren't they? I saw this
They
list and
really
I'm like,
are.
there's no like slam dunk like, oh, this guy's definitely
Because again,
staying. Like, these are all
superstars are
tough.
so hard to read, and a lot of their decisions rely on other people's decisions. So it's not just like a straightforward LeBron James has really been fairly straightforward of this is what I want to do, this is why I want to do it, I'm going to go do it. And it doesn't matter what other people do. Where guys like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and all those other guys, they're kind of, like, hey, let's go play here and let's go play there, and where's this going to go, and where's that person going to go? And so I think Jimmy Butler's kind of that guy. And I think he stays because I don't think people want to play with Jimmy Butler as much as people want to play with Kyrie or Kevin Durant. So I think he's like, hey, I'm going to stick with a team that has me. We have a good, solid core around me, and we can make something happen here in Philadelphia.
All right, I like it. All right, so the next group of guys here, I got 4 guys. This is kind of the second tier of the free agency class, but still all very good guys, all all-star type players. So I guess we'll do more of a quick hitter on these, but I want to get your opinion. Tobias Harris, he's with the Philadelphia 76ers. Does he love him or leave him?
T. Harris, huh?
Yep, T. Harris.
So this is going to be one of those. I think this is going to be one of those where it's not even on him. It's going to be on the Philadelphia 76ers to decide what they're going to do because they have a lot of other people that they're going to have to pay. Like I believe Embiid, is he still on a rookie contract? Ben Simmons, is his contract up? So how much money and how much time are they going to tie into Tobias Harris, knowing that they have these other contracts that I think they'll want to keep more than Tobias Harris? So I think that one's kind of it's on Philadelphia. I think he loves Philadelphia. I think he would love to be a part of that team and everything else. But if Philadelphia is not going to, show him love back, I think he leaves.
Oh, you're doing the old show me the money.
I think he's gonna go out and play out the market and feel out the market and see what the market says, and then it's up to Philadelphia to decide if they want to compete and keep him.
All right, so Giannis has a Robin in Milwaukee. That's right, Chris Middleton is with the Milwaukee Bucks, but is he going to love him or leave him?
Who is that, Giannis?
No, Chris Middleton. Giannis
Chris
is
Middleton.
Robin. Yep.
No, I think he stays. I think he knows where his bread is buttered. This is a good team for him. I think Milwaukee loves him. I think they're going to give him a fair offer that works with everything else they got going on, and I think he stays. I think he loves it there.
All right. Now, DeMarcus Cousins, he's with the Golden State Warriors, often injured. Now, with Golden State, does he love them or leave them? I think this is probably one of the easier ones.
I think he's just I love anybody who wants me kind of guy, and who will pay me money.
Whoever will pay me the most.
Whoever will pay me the most, I will go. And I know you said that you thought he'd get like upwards of a $20 million contract. Maybe he will. I don't know. I don't think he's going to get that from Golden State. So if he gets it from somewhere else, then he's definitely leaving him.
All right, I saved the best for last, Chris America. This is the one that we're all really needing the good details on, and that's right. Orlando Magic's very own Nikola Vucevic. Does he stay with Orlando Magic, or does he leave? Does he love him or leave him, should I say?
I think he feels out the market. And I think Orlando puts together I don't think Orlando will put together the best offer he will get, but it'll be a fair offer. And at least that's what I'm hoping they do. I really hope they don't overspend for Vooch, because then we're gonna just be spinning our wheels some more. But I think they will give an offer that is good enough for him to want to stay and still be a part of this team and still continue to grow. He loves it here in Orlando. I know that a lot of players say that, and that's what they're supposed to say, but if he wanted out, he would have left a long time ago. He would have demanded a trade. He would have made something happen. I mean, because he's been on a really, 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 really bad team for, 7 years now? And this is his home, and he just feels like that guy that loves stability and loves that this is his team. And Orlando is a great city. There hasn't been an NBA superstar to come into this town, leave, and then, sell their home right away. They've always kept their roots here. They always come back. Shaq still has his parents here. They live here somewhere. I think
Doc Rivers still lives here.
Doc Rivers still lives here. His kids went to high school here while he was in Boston and L.A. When Stan Van Gundy left, as soon as he got fired from Detroit, he came right back to Orlando. And it's just people love it here in Orlando. Orlando's a great town to live, and people love it.
All right. Well, that is the end of our Love 'em and Leave 'em segment. Thank you for participating with me this morning, Chris America. I appreciate that. We're running out of time on the show, and I have one more segment, and it is our fan favorite. That's right. Loudbeard brings you Hockey Talk. And so today with Hockey Talk, I just needed to bring up my new favorite team, the Bunch of Jerks. They have now gone 3-0 in their series with the Islanders, taking a huge lead in this series and looking like a team of destiny. So now I finally have my team in the NHL playoffs that I can get behind after all of the other teams that I loved got ousted in the first round of the playoffs. I am for the Bunch of Jerks.
Don't do it to them, man. Don't do it to them.
Did I just give them the kiss of death?
You did.
I love them. I love that Bunch of Jerks so much. I just love them so much. Also, we've got the Dallas Stars tying up the series 2-2 with a big win over the Blues. They get that 4-2 win last night. And I just want to say that I typically don't like teams from Dallas, and I'm not going to change that. But the goalie for the Dallas Stars, Ben Bishop, is a former Tampa Bay Lightning legend, and I loved Ben Bishop when he was with the Lightning. So he has a little place in my heart. So if the Stars won, I wouldn't be happy for the city of Dallas, but I would be happy for our man, Ben Bishop.
Ben Bishop, yeah.
And that was Hockey Talk, brought to you by Loudbeard.
This is a good segment, Loudbeard. You forgot tonight, Bruins versus Blue Jackets. El Jefe's fake team. Jenny of Ohio, her real team. You got Sharks Avalanche tonight. They're playing, so hopefully you watch some of that.
I only watched a bunch of jerks.
Bunch of jerks.
Yep.
Well, Loudbeard, this was another good show. We covered a lot.
Yeah, I really like that first half when we were talking a lot about horses and their names.
Horses and drone,
roadsters,
and drone,
improbable,
kidney.
maximum security. Yep, great names for horses.
Don't forget about kidney donations from drones. If you missed it, if you're just tuning in.
That was a terrible name for a horse. Kidney donations for drones. I don't think they're going to win it.
I don't know. I think they'll.
So you're telling me I should put all of my fortune on kidney donations from drones as the winner of the Kentucky Derby?
Your entire life savings and your grandparents' entire life savings. Like get one of those things. What is it called? A power of attorney from them, and then bet all of their money on that horse.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. I like you.
Yeah.
You're giving me sound financial advice this morning,
Yes.
and we're giving all of our listeners and fans out there sound financial advice.
Yes, that's
Take
what we do
all
here.
of your money wherever you can take it from any family member and bet all of it on drone. What was it? Drones have kidneys too.
Yes, drones have kidneys too. That's another horse.
Our favorite horse to win it all.
Yeah. Split it up, actually. Put one on drones have kidneys too, and kidney donations by drones is the other horse. So do half and half. That way you kind of, you spread out your bets. Maybe make a parlay out of them. But Loudbeard, if you missed our show, if you're just tuning in, you have no clue what we're talking about, go ahead and you can go to Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or ScoutTeamRadio.com. Search for Scout Team Radio on all of those things, and you can listen to our podcast, which will drop around, like 7:15?
Yeah, around 7:15. And just listen up, kids. You said that 6-year-olds listening. I just want all of our kids to know that drugs are bad. Okay.
Drugs are bad, okay? If you do drugs, you're bad, okay? And that's a reference they won't get.
They won't. It's
Good old stuff.